So my name is Jasmine Zimmer Stucky, and I live in Portland, Oregon. And I work for Columbia Riverkeeper as the community organizer. And one of the main things that I do to protect the Columbia River and the salmon habitat and the communities who draw their water from the Columbia is working to stop the proposed coal export terminals in Oregon and Washington. And the reason that I'm working so hard to do that, and the communities are working so hard to stop coal export terminals, is because of the amount of air pollution and the pollution to our rivers from the coal trains that come through the Columbia River Gorge. There are, pounds and pounds, handfuls and handfuls of coal all along the Columbia River Gorge from the coal trains that go through now, some to a coal-fired power plant in Washington, and the rest up to British Columbia. And that coal gets into our water, gets into our salmon habitat, impairs our salmon habitat, impairs our water systems, impairs people's right to have access to clean water. Communities draw their water from the Columbia River, and we are doing everything we can along the Oregon and Washington border to ensure that we do not have an increase in coal trains coming through our communities. And we would ask that you, officials and government agencies in Canada, do the same. Recently we had a huge victory in Oregon where our Department of State Lands denied a permit for coal export dock in the Columbia River. They said that this was not the highest. In order to get that permit, the coal company had to prove that coal was the highest and best use of our state resource, and the Department of State Lands said no. And we think that Department of State Lands' decision should be reflected in Washington, it should be reflected in British Columbia, and it should be reflected anywhere where a coal company is coming in and trying to pollute the air, pollute the water, and impact communities. So please reconsider any position you've taken with the Fraser Surrey docks and any existing coal export terminals that you currently have, because we're doing everything we can in Oregon and Washington to have a better, cleaner, safer community and waterways, and we expect the same of you. Thank you.